tady moderátorka Táňa Bystroňová. GT Cup Series nám právě začíná a hlásím se ze Slovakia Ringu. Slovakia Ring je specifická trať, máte ji rád?
Pravdu povediac, není moja obľúbená trať, vyslovene rýchla a komplikovaná, nastavenie auta má svoje neduchy. Teraz sme bojovali s nastavením auta, ale podarilo sa. Teraz už momentálne vidíme na časoch, že auto je rýchle.
I think it's pretty good first time for me here at the track, but I really like the layout. It's a track that's very technical and I really like it with the fast corners.
Tak převážně očekáváme učení, ale jak říkám, přijeli jsme sem se učit, posunout se časově, jezdecky, tým, aby si sednul, aby jsme se prostě s tím seznámili, naučili a závod od závodu zrychlovali a byli konkurenceschopní.
So, all this weekend for us is practice before our start in Polish Championship in August, and that's why we start only on 1 hour race.
And we are officially underway for the 3 hours race here at the Slovakia Ring. It looks to be a good start for the two prototype cars, as the Lamborghini GTX as well seems to go around the outside, a car that has plenty of straight line speed, which will be definitely hard to fight against for the two prototypes, which are not the fastest on the straight line. But so far so good for the two D5 car class. Racing towards first couple of corners and already a spin, which could prove very costly in the fight for the win in the D5 standings. The other prototype, car number 33. From this angle, you could actually see how long the radius of the corner really is. It is such a difficult track to master, especially with these long, flowy corners. It needs to be taken at full speed if you want to take as much advantage as possible. Meanwhile, the Konopka prototype car moves into 5th position, overtaking the BMW. An actual fight given how quicker the prototypes actually are compared to the GT3 and GTX class. And here goes the Ligier, which actually could put the first BMW, the M4 GT3 Evo, the white one, in danger of losing the other position, given that the GTX BMW of Denis Vajek and Jesse Krohn was looking to be very, very dangerous.
Yourself.
Hi, I'm Jesse Krohn, former factory driver of BMW. I drove this car for many, many years, and it's super nice to see it here in Slovakia. So this is a very special car. The GTLM and the GTE class was like the GT3 car on steroids, so there was a lot of development work that was going into this car. We had basically free hands. These cars were very expensive to develop. Also, the tires were completely different.
How did you come to Slovakia?
I've known Gregor for many, many years. I drove his M6 in the past and also the M4, which we have here. And he invited me here, and I'm always super happy to come here. It's a lovely country. I like the track, and the people are super nice. Food is good, so always happy to come here.
It is always great to reminisce on those times, and seeing this car right here is such a pleasure, honestly, to be able to see it driven this time around by Gregor Gigo and Jesse Krohn. Meanwhile, the Mercedes AMG GT4 also getting some love from the cameras. Nail, of course, the first round of pit stops, which is coming up pretty shortly as well. So far, the drivers are pushing very hard. I think it's also a great time to have a look at some of the lap times that our cars have been posting recently. So far, the quickest lap of the race has been set by the Duquesne prototype, car number 33, currently up into top spot. Thomas Ambio and Mads Kjelde Larsen doing a great job so far. We're seeing some of the cars looking at potentially a sub 2-minute lap times. 1:56.364 was the best lap time for Thomas Ambio. We also had 3 other cars dipping under the 2-minute mark. That was the other prototype of Miro Macho Konopka with a 1:57.6. Then the Lamborghini that we're seeing right now with a 1:58.8. And last but definitely not least, the number 24, Denis Vajek and Jesse Krohn, the other BMW M4 GT3 with a 1:59.9. Here we go with the first pit stops. Here in the pits is also Vitor Mraz together with Jaroslav Honzik. And now we could probably see the historic latch from the KTM Crossbow Open. It is quite unusual for them and for this kind of car, as first of all we do have to wait for the refueling operations to be complete. Meanwhile, the leading Duqueine LMP3 prototype is in the pit lane as well. They have done a terrific job in the first 30 minutes of racing. That has to be said. But of course, the race is still very long and therefore anything could happen. The BMW M8 is also in the pits. And now we're getting ready to witness the driver change for the KTM Crossbow. You could see from its rear view camera that the Duqueine was getting ready to leave the track, well, the pit lane actually. And here they go. Natural habitat. And here we go with the open roof basically. A reminder of what the KTM Crossbow used to be as well, with the particular open hatch car that we had the pleasure of seeing throughout 2010s before the new model came in a few years ago. A model that has raced in plenty of series, such as the 24-hour series by Creventic, and also some GT2 championships. Of course, the GT Cup series being another one of those championships where this car has excelled in recent years. Here we go, out of the pit lane with the KTM Crossbow, right behind the Mercedes AMG GT4. The gap between the Lambo and the Duqueine prototype is now around 28 seconds. Though, of course, they are on two different strategies, which means that we're going to have to wait and see who comes out on top in this peculiar fight between two cars of two different classes. But meanwhile, the Lamborghini finally pulls into the pit lane.
So maybe something was wrong.
And it doesn't look like a nice afternoon, and at least a nice second half of the race for the Lambo, because they're back in after one out lap. Their LMP3 entry had to retire earlier on as well. Speaking of pit stops, but this is definitely a much more planned one. Car number 500 is in with Antargigo, Max Kranz, and now David Jan getting ready to enter the car. Meanwhile, there's a car in the gravel, and that is our leading car, the number 33 Duqueine, which was running smoothly so far, but maybe a mistake, and it looks to have beached itself into the gravel. You can see the rear tires spinning. Security vehicle now waiting for the leader. Of course, having to wait not for car number 33, but for car number 500. Yeah, this looks to be over for the LMP3 prototype. The driver itself has stopped trying to desperately put the foot on the pedal, on the gas pedal, trying to get out of the gravel trap. This will not be an easy fix for them. One car that is, on the other hand, staying out of trouble is this one, the number 26 KTM Crossbow. We have our very first final pit stop of the day, and that is the Mercedes AMG GT4. Stopping for the final time, and that is Express Auto Racing doing the final few checks before their Mercedes flies into the night once more and reaches the end of this race in just over 25 minutes. Potentially still in the lead of the GT4 standings. That is very likely the case, as well as finishing in the top 5 of the overall race classifications. As now we see the BMW rounding out the final couple of corners for this race. It has been a very entertaining event here in the GT Cup series, but as the checkered flag flies, it will be the BMW M4 GT3 Evo of Gamota Racing, car number 500, with Antalgigo, Max Kranz, and David Jan, who take the checkered flag first to take the win.
we have finished our 3-hour race in Slovakia. We are very thankful for God to have this beautiful outcome of the race. I am very proud of my team.
Yeah, first time here for us, or for me and David at Slovakia Ring. I think I can speak for both of us. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think everything was said. We are very happy. We had a great weekend here. It's very nice to be here at Slovakia Ring, since I'm also more or less from Hungary, so very close. Enjoyed the race a lot, enjoyed qualifying yesterday, and yeah, really happy and thankful for the team.
Za celý tým GT Cup Series děkuji za krásný závodní den a vidíme se brzy v Mostě.